Good evening, everyone. It is 7:28 in anticipation of tonight's meeting. Please place your phones on silent, vibrate, or off so that we limit all distractions. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Good evening. It is 7:30. We now call to order the historic town of Eatonville regular council meeting. Mrs. King, please verify.
Yes, Councilman Miranda. Yes. Councilman Daniels.
Present.
Councilman Washington.
Present.
Vice Mayor Daniels.
Hello.
And Mayor Garner.
Here. Please stand for the invocation led by Reverend Brinson, followed by Pledge.
Pray. It is because of your mercies that we're not consumed. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness unto us. Thank you for giving us another opportunity, Lord, to live, move, and have our being, God. Thank you for this community that you placed us in to be stewards, God, and service in. We again thank you for this administration, God, that you have placed to lead us, God, to give us that would be beneficial and advantageous for this community, God. We pray that you continue to give them wisdom and knowledge and understanding, God, to make decisions, God, that will be again beneficial to this community, to your glory and the citizens' good. Thank you for each residence of Eatonville that you placed to live here, God. Help us to respect each other's personalities as well as property, God. We want to specifically lift up the Daniels family and the Cummins family, God. You continue to give them the peace, God, that passes all understanding, that will keep their hearts and their minds through Christ Jesus, God. Again, thank you for this town council meeting, God, where you can further educate us and update us on the state and the welfare of this, our community, God. We bless you and we praise you and thank you for all things you're doing in, through, and for us. In Jesus' name we ask you and pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Next item on the agenda is the approval. Is there a motion? It's been moved in second. All in favor say aye. Aye. She just stepped out, but I would like to recognize our school district representative, Dr. Karen Castro-Dento, who is with us tonight. Mrs. King, are there any citizen participants?
Yes, we have two, Mr. Julian Johnson. We have three.
I'm gonna give my minutes to John.
So if you don't mind, can I back up real quick? I just introduced you, did you want to say?
Yes.
Yes, it was like you have a.
That's all, yes.
Okay.
Thank you, council and mayor. I wanted to give a brief update about the Orange Technical College Eatonville campus. We will be having our ribbon cutting on May 10th at 9 o'clock. And we want everyone to be there. We have a welding program, electrical and plumbing, and their apprenticeships, where you come and learn one day and earn the next day. And we're also using this as a place where Orange County Public Schools will be working with residents or students to find careers within OCPS. So we'll have more information I can post later, but I just wanted to give everyone a heads up to put that on your calendar. This is exciting, and I think it's a great tribute to origins of the property as well. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we have Mr. John Beecham.
Good evening, Councilor and Mayor. My condolences to you guys and your mom, what part of the South. And he's a grace, like is it in grace. My biggest thing I want to talk about tonight is just civic pride. I think you did a lot of our prides and how young us being, and that's civic pride, that's equal. I think like civic pride simply means that our love for our community. That's all it really is, our love for our community. I think I would take my hat off to Julian Johnson, a young man that's under 30 years old that busts his butt day in and day out, pissing people off, grinding. There's a lot more things he can do. There's a lot of kids out there. And this kid has escaped it. He's on the streets every day. He go 1887 first, all because he believes. He believes in you guys. He disagrees with you guys, but he fights like a man every day. And I have 6 kids. I have 3 boys and 3 girls. And when I see him, and I see you, Rodney, too, I see all you guys heart in the right place. And I'm proud of that. There's nothing in this game for me, but I just believe that in 1887, when those freed people, when those former slaves was given this incorporation, it meant something. It meant something to every Black person around the world, or freedom pride. If you ever watch Jurassic Park, the giraffe and those dinosaurs go, freedom. It allowed the other slaves to know that if we can do it here in Eatonville, they could do it too. And because of us, because of our ancestors, we simulated that freedom could be achieved. Not just a township, but an incorporation. When I look at Hannibal Square, and they had the same opportunity to incorporate, but they was afraid. They stayed with the white citizens, and look what happened to them. And they no longer exist. Those Black kids and boys and girls have disappeared, and perhaps most of them are here in Eatonville. When I look at historic Paramore, I see the same thing. There was a soccer stadium in the middle of the road, and those little Negro boys and girls have to walk 2 miles around just to get to the other side. And that was a plan. It wasn't a plan about them, it's that the land was more than those young Black boys and girls. And when I'm here today and I look at that MLK parade, and I reimagine and like, what if we make the wrong decision for the Hungerford property? And those little Black girls and boys get a curfew and they have to go home at 6 o'clock because the curfew has hit, because of the decision that we made. And that crowd, wow, where would they go? I think when we build this property in Hungerford, I think it should be around tourism, cultural heritage, and the arts. So these young boys and girls can work there in the hotel that we're proposing for more than 2,500 gala. You look at Orange County right now in North Orange County, there's no place in Orange County, white, black, red, or green, that you can have a convention for more than 600 people. On this side, 400 people. But we can provide that. When people look at Eatonville, and I'm talking to my friends, my white friends, they said it looks run down to them. The hotel, they talk about the bad mayor, they talk about council members, and I don't see that. I don't see that. What I see is rich culture, heritage, freedom. I see a town that has been self-governing for 137 years. When these Negroes got this town, the word crowd around the world, New York Times, St. Louis Times, how can those Negroes self-govern themselves? And I say for 137 years they have. And you're a part of that legacy. And so when we fight amongst each other. It's just because even we're not cowtoned. We speak our mind. We call it the boo game. When I was a kid, when we talked about what college you're gonna go to, I told them Rainbow University. That was for us we seen. But you guys are cheap because of the civil rights, because of Brown versus Board of Education, because of all those things. That land was a land grab. And I believe that I even like the African American Museum. I'm good with that. However, the strings attached. We don't know what's going in it. You don't have a key. You can't control it. It sounds good to everyone outside too, but you have no control of it. Because again, Orange County Public School Board wants the land back. It's a scheme. So Ponzi scheme, the same thing as when they stole the 300 acres. They control 63% of our land. Those were subdivision. Those were grocery stores. There was gas stations that they stole from us. And we had no say. That's why the civic pride is so hardcore. So like Governor DeSantis wants to rewrite Black history. Why would you want a gift from him? This guy said that we benefited from slavery. He hires the best Negroes to work for him. And at Reedy Creek lottery, the supervisor of election, he appointed Black guy, so because they thought that they appointed us. I'll get this 3 minutes.
Yeah, I included it.
And I just believe that we've been hoodwinked. And I think you got to make good decisions based on your grandkids and my grandkids.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, and we have more. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is approval of the consent agenda. It's been moved and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed. And then finally, the final decision, approval of a public record request management tool. Ms. Clerk. Mrs. King, I think earlier you stated that you recommended the Civic Plus, which is the next
request.
it's the next request. So, which I think we're gonna put that on the floor.
Yes, but they do have 2 quotes. I would still want the desire of the council to direct me on which quote they prefer. Do they want to do the bundle with the archive social or just the public record request?
I have a suggestion, whatever you need to make your job easier, whatever you need. What we should do.
I would recommend the bundle.
Okay.
And so the bundle, there's a discount that lets it meet the same price as the other.
Right.
Are there any? All right, so the motion's on the floor to approve the public record request management tool by Civic Plus next request. It's been moved in second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed.
Okay.
We are ready for reports. Is Mr. Presley there for a report?
Mr. Franklin?
He's having audio difficulty.
Oh, okay.
Are you there? Can you speak up?
Miss Mundy is doing it, Miss
Okay.
Eva.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, citizens. I'm reading the CAO's report. Eatonville on the move, infrastructure and community updates. This is an exciting time for Eatonville. The town is tackling several important infrastructure projects and initiatives to improve our community. Here's a rundown of some of the key areas where progress has been made. Administration, a comprehensive master plan with Baker Barrios in tandem with NTHP to embed historic preservation. Polis Institute, Eatonville Community Action Plan to empower residents and stakeholders. Impact fee study, projected draft April 5th. Solid waste, continual work to improvement. Transportation, West Kennedy Boulevard widening. This long-awaited project is finally moving forward. However, we'll be working very closely with them to make sure they meet the town's needs. Phase 1 work is scheduled to begin in fall of 2024. Utilities infrastructure, clean water, drinking water, and the MIT CDBG RFPs. Proposals are being developed for nearly $41.9 million worth of utilities projects. The public will have a chance to learn more within the next 3 months. A West Water Tower restoration. Work on the water tower begins March 18th and is expected to take 4 to 6 months for completion. A curtain over the water tower will start next week, or be installed next week. Updated wholesale sewer agreement with the city of Altamont Springs has been executed, or will be. Community development. The MWBE workshops, in collaboration with the CRA, the town is offering workshops to equip local, minority, and woman-owned businesses to compete for town contracts. That includes mom and pop businesses as well. The circuit renovation. A $1 million project is underway to revitalize the circuit. This requires planning and, of course, permitting approvals. Community policing grant. A $1 million grant will fund a new community room, meet the chief events, safety initiatives like ring cameras for seniors and body cameras for police, and new programs with law enforcement. Recreation, the pool will be opening. The community pool, which has been closed for 6 years, is set to reopen this spring, 2024. The CRA is collaborating on a mural to enhance the pool wall. Programming for the pool site will include seniors, after school, summer food, and quarterly events. Safety, complete street study, a complete safety street study will be performed. The study will address traffic calming measures such as speed bumps and other recommendations which come out of our consultants and national efforts that are going on right now. Safe Streets Initiative, the town, Metro Plan, and Orange County are working together on a Vision Zero plan to improve road safety. When they say Vision Zero, that means 0 fatalities. This includes CRA initiatives for decorative crosswalks for increased awareness. Recovery plan, as we've all talked about, FEMA is working with the town on a community assistance program so that we prepare a recovery plan where we can get funding for a number of the improvements that we want to see happen for the town. That includes hydrologic studies, pavement condition analyses, and historic preservation project. Finally, housing, affordable housing. The town and CRA are collaborating on affordable housing initiatives. Federal grants are being secured for land acquisition, $2 million for land acquisition, and housing development, currently $4.1 million. Events, April 4th at 6 p.m. at the Denton Johnson Center. The Community Action Plan kickoff second session is open to all residents. That's April the 4th at 6 p.m. at Denton Johnson. We're encouraging all residents to fill out the survey for the Vision Zero initiative. Material in the town, the material is in the town hall lobby. On your way out, you can grab that and help us get information as we need. We're committed to keeping you informed about these important projects. Please stay tuned for further updates. Thank you.
Just a couple of questions for the CEO, just for record. Do we have a roundabout date for the reopening of the pool? And would there be any, would the citizens or any organizations have any ability to rent? And that's just for the CEO, you don't have to answer.
The last date I was there was the end of May, so right before school ends. And in regards to the rental, it'd be one of the rental spaces, just like the Johnson, but I can't speak to the prices. Yeah.
I mean, something that we haven't heard from Sir Board yet, so I don't know how he put something out for the board. That's what I don't understand. He said the whole thing about CRA working with the town. I'm trying to figure out. He put the cart before the horse. So
Talk about the mural.
No,
I think they mentioned
they're
it.
in the $1 million housing project, whatever. I'm
Well,
just trying to figure out how he talking about this information for the board talking about.
we talked about, Sierra was mentioned maybe 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Sierra with the MWBE program, that's ongoing and I think sure, I'm sure we have.
Well, future record there, I think he should mention certain functions during this council.
So we'll just, cover that a little.
Yes, I mean, because we had. He might be some ethics violation. I mean, it could be, he's telling us information before we know it, so. The board is.
We'll discuss it on Thursday. Thank you. Were there any other questions? All right, town attorney's report. No. Why not? Okay. All right, nice to have you. I'm sorry, what is your name?
Oh, Holly Neal.
Holly Mills. I did not introduce, Ms. Attorney Neal is sitting in for Attorney Shepherd because this was an off meeting and Attorney Shepherd had other responsibilities today. Town council report. Councilman Washington.
I'd like to thank everybody for attending this evening. Been a month of family losing loved ones. I'm ready to give my condolences out to the Days families, Cummings family, the Johnson family, and the Austins. I mean, she represented all of those families. Mrs. Stewart Steen, so and my classmate, the Austins, I went to school with them, so I know been some sisters. Yeah. So I still make condolences out to that family. That's all I have to say.
Councilman.
Thank you. Yeah, I do have several questions I'm asked. First of all, I'd like to express my sympathy to the Daniels family, resourcing Commons, who's been a community advocate in this community for as long as I've known her. And my prayers go out to the family and friends. My first question is, what was the cost of the roof repairs that we did here? And where did the funds come from?
We can give you that through something that was brought before the council. So
Yeah, I just want to be
follow.
reminded, you know, when how much it costs for you. Do you remember?
Oh, you do know, Miss,
I'm give it top of my head, but for the roof and the air conditioning, it was 300,000.
I would say that the outside of the building looks really nice. It was painted and it looks very nicely. Also, I'd like to find out about the grant for the club. When is that going to start? Renovations for it. Where are we with that project?
so the circuit is something that would be discussed on Thursday, if we're discussing
On
the
Thursday?
PRA.
Okay.
She'll be there.
All right, now we have this $4.1 million from Congressman Maxwell Frost. What are the plans for that?
How much did you say?
I think it's 4 million, isn't it?
4.1 million.
4.1 million. Yeah, that's what I said first.
That was the money that the letters of support came from. And at the time, we thought it was gonna be 3.5 million. It ended up being 4.1 million. And that money is, the appropriation request was for townhomes to be built for ownership. 20 townhomes.
Okay, where would that be placed?
That's being determined now.
Okay, to be determined. Okay. And about the $2 million from Bell Givens.
Well, that money was it, that's the same 2 million that we were gonna use for the,
Okay, so that's inclusive of that.
no, it's in addition to it.
No, so that's 4.1 million altogether.
That's 6.1 million altogether.
Yeah, okay, 6, okay. Also, the $5.9 million that we received a couple of years ago was awarded to the town. When will we start using those funds? For the
Is that,
5.9 million this year.
It's, I don't have the.
The grant person will give an update, but we will be starting 5 million probably in the next 4 months, might be less than that.
But we have to confirm.
Okay, and what is that gonna be used towards? Initially, just to get it started.
That, the scope of that fund was for the water plant itself. And by having the additional funds, we're able to complement, those funds to be able to enhance whatever we want with that water plant.
Let's see, last thing I have here is, on the consent agenda. Since, the position on the CRA was already established by the county, was it necessary for us to do, we still had to do a consent agenda, even though it was already consented by the county?
Have to do confirmation.
Yeah,
Yeah, your
we
confirmation.
recognize their appointment.
Okay, all right. All right. That's it, thank you.
All right. Councilman Marlon James.
Couple things, the trash, we're still having issues with the trash. Last week, on my street alone, they took, a box that was on top of it, put it down on the ground. Neighbor had trash and they didn't have it pushed all the way down, they took a bag out, put it on the side of it. To me, that just don't make sense to me. And then you had cats, and then today when I rode, different streets in the community, on Eden Street and all those, you had trash that was just left out from the garbage truck. So we definitely need to just continue to look at the trash improvements.
Wait, that happened today?
Yeah, I seen it today. Actually, I was behind the garbage truck, so I seen it personally.
Okay.
And I know they're using a new arm thing. So with the arm thing, he's not getting out the truck, so he's probably just lifting it up. It falls over. He dumps it over and then he put it back there. Then they leave cans all in the road, so you gotta play Mario Karts going through the streets. So we definitely need to just look at that. Not too much to say tonight. This week has been a week, but I'm good. God has given me grace all week, and I appreciate it. And what came back to me so many times is positive thoughts bring positive results. Negative thoughts bring negative results. So what you put out is what you get back. I'll leave you with this that's been deposited in my mind all week long is, and I hear you, Mr. Beecham. I hear you. But in order to have proper collaboration, I call it the C's. You gotta have a collaboration concept. You gotta have credibility. You gotta have capacity. You gotta have collateral. You gotta have cash, and you gotta have character. If you don't have those, something is gonna fall. And I just leave y'all with simply thank you for loving on my family, and have a good night.
Thank you, Kristen.
So I want to give my condolences also to Ms. Nash, her family, the Davidsons, who's been a part of our lives forever. Give them a shout out, and my condolences. I also want to thank Gus M. Johnson and Lewiston Daniels Cummings for bringing me up in the historic town of Edenville. I say that, I mean, on the streets of sending me to Hungerford. As a matter of fact, before that, sending me to the daycare right there by the pool, sending me to Miss Jordan, who kept us. I want to thank them for raising me and to have the pride to want to bring my family back and raise them in this little black town. I didn't move out. I didn't go anywhere. I wasn't inputted. I was born right here. Ran these streets, played ball right there on each court, the Beecham's court, and this court here on Ruffle right there behind the pool. Just want to thank my mom for doing that and having me a part of this community. And I love Edenville, and I will always be grateful for what she did. And that's my report.
I need to make an announcement for our next meeting. Next meeting will be held at the Dent Johnson Center, and it will be April 2nd. And that meeting is gonna actually, we'll do the ceremony at 5:30, and then we will go into our workshop at 6:30, and then into our council meeting at 7:30. So just wanted to let you know, the next meeting will be April 2nd at the Dent Johnson. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. That report right there, that's a bad mayor. I'm gonna flip that a little bit. I was impressed. But in any case, my condolences to the Daniels family and the Cummings family, the Davis family, as well as, I was a member of Toastmasters at the Chamber of Commerce, and there was a Toastmaster guru. His name was Mr. Harris. And Mr. Harris also was the pastor of the little church, I think it was on Lincoln Street, a little house, looks like a house. He was the pastor there, and I visited that church one time, but he has passed away as well, so, is it Washington? In Washington Street, yes. So, but in any case, so condolences all around. I'm excited about the Orange County Technical College and the possibility of training for employment with Orange County. Yes. That's an awesome opportunity. So I'm looking forward to that. With that being said, it's 8:00. Y'all drive carefully, and I move for adjournment.
So.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. It's 7:59. Oh, all opposed? It is 7:59. Thanks.
Rest it.